What are the other things that agents will be asking for through negotiations and saying?
Well, they want
some common things.
They want to understand why you like the property too.
They want to understand why you like it.
Yeah. So you go through it, and then they'll listen to what you say. So when you're doing the open inspections,
is that because they want to, as a salesperson, is that because they want knowing this? Is that because they want to extract data and then put that in front of them every time? A lot of the times that they speak is like, well, it's got this and this and this, and they're basically value stacking exactly what you want in the property and selling it to you. Is that Jaryd, motivation?
So Jaryd, you know how you've been looking for 6 months for a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, north facing to the water with a pool?
I found it.
Yeah. How often do the properties like this come up? Like, have you seen them? Have you missed out on any? Oh yeah, true. And then they basically go through, well, this is something that ticks all your boxes, yeah? Like, it's got a 4-bedroom, it's got that 3-bathroom, it's got a
They've got pool. Proper good sales training.
Yeah. And then it's like, and north facing, and that scarcity, so it will grow in value. This area is booming, it's gentrifying, you've got all these lovely cafes. This is where you want to be, you know, in order for you to be, this can be yours. If you just, this is where we're at. Our seller's at $1.2 million. We can get this deal done today if you come to 1.2.
And it's close to your family, because I know that you want to be really close to your family, right? Like, this is like literally 4 streets away from your family, all those things. Yeah. So would that be an important thing for a buyer to not give too much data away?
Yeah, I mean, you go in, look at the property, but don't go telling the agent how much you like the carpet or the carport or the pool or the north or anything like that. Like, you can have specifics, which is like we'd say probably like 5 to 6 key points. Like, when you are doing your search, it's good to get in contact with all the agents anyway to try and find those pre and off market deals. But you're giving them a shopping list, which is I want 4 bedrooms, waterfront, north or northeast facing, minimum 500 square meters of land. So,
and here's my budget.
Yeah, budget $1.2 million.
And it's nothing like, oh yeah, your mum and dad live close and they can just pop around whenever, and you know, you're not giving them too much of that side. That's really good to know. So guys, be careful of that. What else should people be careful of with agents and negotiations?
Well, terms and conditions, probably something to, everyone thinks it stacks on price, but understanding where the terms and conditions lie is quite important. So you don't just negotiate on price, you negotiate on your terms. So some people, often the deals that have the least amount of conditions, so basically no building and pests, no finance, here's cash, I can give you $1.2 million cash for this deal. That is very attractive because as a seller,
you can settle
faster, but also you don't have any risk in, all right, we've listed the property for 4 weeks. There is that psyche around properties that are in the market too long, they become stale. People drive past them or they see it and they go, oh, there's something wrong with that property, it's been there for too long. But what it could be is that it's gone under contract, subject to finance or building a pest, it's failed on finance or even it might be a mild building a pest, or the buyer's got buyer's remorse and freaked out last minute and gone, oh my God. So what happens is they put the property back on the market. People don't understand that what's going on in the back end. So then they're just assuming that it's a stale deal, a stale property. So what sellers often like and what agents like is just cash. Because they know it's going to be a deal done, move on to the next thing, no dramas. So you can negotiate around that. Queensland's big on building and pest and finance. Sydney buyers are often cash. That's just how they deal. If you want to do a building and
just
pest,
cash, they just got money. They just
it's not typically just cash. Like, here's $1.2 million. It's just there's no restriction. So it's like if they commit to a contract to buying for $1.2 million, they have to go through with it.
Oh.
Yeah, but they've got the finance pre-approval already in place. They know they can do it. They've spoken to their broker before putting that offer in. They go, yeah, you'll be fine. That'll go through. They've done their building and pest up front, and that's another whole thing that is really great to negotiate. We like to do building and pests up front because it gives us a negotiation tool. Often in Queensland, they are worth around $500 to $900, so people don't like sacking that up. And paying it because
if they have to do it with multiple properties.
Yeah, and I get that too. But it depends on
it could actually save you $10,000. Like if you end up doing that, say $500 for round figures, and you do that on 4 properties, it might cost you $2,000, but it might save you $10,000. So you actually keep $8,000 in your pocket due to negotiations based on that.
Yeah, but that's all perceived value in the head.
It is.
People need to get their head around.
And it's also long-term view, long-term thinking versus short-term thinking too. Whereas a lot of people are making those decisions based on fear of like, no, I need to hold on to my cash because it's $500 a pop. Well, what if you did broaden your horizons and look further down the timeline and understand that it could actually benefit you through negotiations?
And another thing too is if you get a building and pest and you decide not to go through with the deal, you can sell that building and pest to other potential buyers. You can tell the agent, look, I'll sell it to other people for $50 each. Mm-hmm. You might make money out of it. You never know. But multiple ways.
Thing? People do that?
Yeah, you can say, look, if anyone wants it, instead of paying $600 for another building and pest on their own, I'll give them mine for $50.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, that's a really key point. So the building and pest side, you don't obviously have to do it. If you don't want to, that's completely fine. I like to negotiate post. If you go something like building and pest and you got the contract price, I always try to negotiate if there's any required works to be done off that contract price based on the building and pest. However, agents know that you're committed at this stage, so it's very unlikely that if you go, Sam, I want $5,000 off the contract price, or I'm not going to do the deal. I'm going to be like, yeah, right, mate, go away then. You're already committed. You're already here. You're not going to lose this deal over $5,000. That just takes confidence from the seller and the agent to give that, and that confidence generally comes through having multiple backup offers as well.
Yeah.
So doing it up front definitely it fastens the process, and you don't know what state you're in. So New South Wales and Victoria are pretty strong for just wanting to have unconditional contracts in place, whereas Queensland's, WA, South Australia, they're all about the finance and building and pest